Hello everyone, I am beTheNoob, and this is REFRAME. REFRAME is an AI-powered communication assistant designed to reduce emotional escalation in digital conversations. In modern work and community environments, stress often comes from how messages are interpreted, not just from workload. Our goal is simple: help people communicate clearly under pressure, lower unnecessary conflict, and protect mental well-being through better wording decisions before a message is sent. Today, I'll show the problem, the insight, the solution, and a live prototype demo. Modern stress is not only about deadlines or workload, it's also communication overload. Think about how many interactions happen every day across Slack, Discord, email, and customer support chats. Text removes vocal tone, facial expression, and context, so even neutral lines can sound sharp. When people are under pressure, this effect gets worse. Messages become shorter, more reactive, and easier to misread. That creates micro-stress events. One misinterpreted sentence leads to tension. Repeated tension becomes anxiety, and over time, this contributes to emotional exhaustion and burnout. So the challenge is not just sending messages quickly, it's sending them safely. Our key insight is that escalation usually starts with one reactive line. For example, messages like "this is unacceptable" or "why isn't this done" may be factually valid, but emotionally they trigger defensiveness. Once that response loop starts, collaboration quality drops. Behavioral research on emotional regulation supports reappraisal as a way to reduce stress reactivity. So REFRAME applies that concept directly in communication. If we reframe wording before sending, we can reduce emotional damage while preserving intent. That means we're not censoring people. We're helping them land the same message in a healthier way. REFRAME is an AI tone assistant embedded inside chat-like environments. Before a message is sent, it performs 4 actions. First, it detects emotional intensity. Second, it evaluates escalation risk. Third, it suggests calmer alternatives. And fourth, it shows stress reduction feedback. The user remains fully in control. Nothing is auto-sent and nothing is forced. Most importantly, REFRAME does not change meaning. It improves delivery. So this is prevention, not reaction. We reduce conflict probability before the message leaves the composer. Here is the live REFRAME demo. You can see we support 3 realistic communication contexts: Slack-style workspace, Discord-style community chat, and a customer support portal. This matters because tone risk appears differently across team collaboration, community interaction, and high-pressure customer response. I'll open the Slack-style demo. Now I'm typing a deliberately high-stress message. For example, "This delay is unacceptable. Why is this still not done?" At this point, if I send it directly, it may trigger a defensive response. Instead, I click Analyze Tone. Now REFRAME returns 3 key outputs. First, a risk level. Second, a plain language explanation of why the message may escalate. Third, multiple rephrased alternatives that preserve the intent. Notice that the alternatives are not generic. They keep urgency, but soften hostility. This is the core value. Same objective, healthier delivery. I'll choose one rewritten version. Now you can see the stress meter shifts positively, indicating lower communication risk. I still control the final action. Nothing is auto-posted. Now, I send the rewritten message. This closes the loop. Reactive draft transformed into constructive communication before sending. Optionally, we can repeat this in Discord or the support portal. In support scenarios especially, this is valuable because agents need to be firm, fast, and empathetic at the same time. So the demo proves 3 things. 1. Real-time intervention. 2. Cross-environment usability. 3. Practical stress-aware communication support in everyday workflows. Welcome to REFRAME Mobile Prototype. This screen demonstrates the core interaction flow. Privacy is foundational to REFRAME. All analysis happens on device using local pattern matching. No message content is ever transmitted to servers or stored in the cloud. This screen simulates the system-level keyboard activation flow. In a production app, this would trigger iOS/Android keyboard permission dialogues. This is a realistic messaging environment. We're in a conversation with Alex Chen. Previous messages show a professional but friendly relationship. Notice the initial messages were polite and understanding. Now imagine several days have passed without response, and frustration is building. As the escalatory message populates, REFRAME begins analyzing in real time. The small shield indicator confirms the system is active. Within a second, REFRAME detects concerning patterns. The intervention card appears gently, not blocking the message, but offering alternatives. This is the core value proposition. When selecting a tone, the message updates immediately, and the input area highlights in blue to show AI assistance was used. The user can still edit before sending. Notice the difference in Alex's response when we use the reframed version. It's collaborative and productive. Compare this to what would happen with the original escalatory message. This demonstrates real behavioral impact. Tone choice directly affects conversation outcomes and relationship quality. Here is the prototype architecture. A user message is sent to a secure backend endpoint /API/analyze. The AI evaluates aggressive wording, urgency pressure, negative framing, and emotional intensity. It returns structured output, rewrites, explanation, and risk classification. From a safety perspective, we use server-side key handling, prompt injection defenses, rate limiting, cooldown protection, and usage caps. No API key is exposed client-side. This design keeps the system practical for real deployment and aligned with health-adjacent ethical expectations. If even a fraction of high-risk workplace messages are softened, we can reduce avoidable conflict, lower emotional exhaustion, and improve collaboration quality. That is why we describe REFRAME as a mental well-being layer for everyday communication. Our roadmap includes a browser extension, enterprise integrations, communication well-being analytics, and future multimodal and multilingual expansion. The core belief is simple. Mental health is influenced by daily interactions, and better wording decisions can create healthier team environments. Words shape emotions. Emotions shape environments. Environments shape mental health. REFRAME helps us choose better words. Thank you. I'm happy to take your questions.